Thank you, Kjartan, so much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Karin Björk, and I work with Kjartan at Transition Labs. It's such a pleasure to be with you here today to give you a deep dive into one of our projects called Rockpore. So, with me here on stage is Finn Erik Solvang, the founder of the Norwegian company Rockpore. And this is actually the first time that we are telling the world about this brilliant solution that Rockpore has created here in Iceland. And since this year's theme at OKBI is waste and how to turn what we now call waste into value, I am very excited for this conversation with you.
Thank you, Karen. It's great to be here with you. This waste recycling plant on my birthday. And someone has given me a note because I talk too much, so I need to stick to these rates. I see that you have something valuable here.
Yes.
Yes. Nice.
Thank you. Yeah, we do. And happy birthday! Huge day. I would have asked you to sing the entire audience, but you just gave them a round of applause. But I think we should celebrate one more time. Let's hear it for Finn. Us at Transition Labs, we've been working with you guys at Rockpore for about 1.5 years now to establish the Icelandic entity of Rockpore. And you have now produced the world's first low-carbon and circular lightweight aggregates. That's those little spheres that you can see there up on the screen. So these spheres, they can transform construction concrete into a fully circular material. And as many of us here know, the construction and concrete industry is one of the most high-emitting sectors in the world, which is why I think it's really worthwhile that you guys are trying to lower emissions in exactly that sector. And when you're making any kind of concrete, you're always going to need aggregates. And aggregates actually make up around 75%, right, of concrete, of the volume. So when you're taking aggregates from natural resources, this is becoming a problem because they are getting quite scarce now, especially here in Europe. So I'm wondering, can you maybe to start with it, tell us a little bit more about this product of yours and how you are rethinking these so-called aggregates?
Yes. When I was asked to come here, they told me to bring some waste. But at Rockpore, we don't create any waste. So we are a zero waste company. So I brought this small sample here. You probably have a bigger version on the screen here. This is concrete, and we have transformed it into a low-carbon, circular concrete material. And the only thing we did was that we took those waste materials and we designed a new product called CRDA, and we transformed this into a valuable resource. And now we are putting that waste into those spheres, into that concrete, and into a circular loop in the construction industry. So going from waste material with no value, it ends up in a high value concrete, which is circular.
Mm-hmm. That's actually one of the things that we found to be so unique about you guys at Rockpore, is that you were able to find a way to take waste, which is something that was going to landfill, and turn it into this fully circular building material. So you, for example, here in Iceland, took old construction concrete and glass, used that to turn it into these little aggregates, and put that into concrete. Then someone can use that concrete to build a building, and at its end of life, it can be teared down and crushed, and then you can receive the concrete back and use it to make new CLBA, new aggregates. And then this cycle can just repeat itself, right?
Yeah, but you can also use new material that are considered waste today, because it has never, even if it hasn't been used before. And this can be material that has maybe not the right size or quality, and it ends up as a low value waste material. But and even here in Iceland, we have been able now to work with different partners to identify up to 50,000 tons of this type of waste material that we can use every year.
Yeah.
In Norway, we have found 500,000 tons. Globally, it's enormous.
Wow. 50,000 tons only in Iceland.
Yeah.
It's a lot of waste. But then, that said, landfilling of things is maybe only one part of the problem. You know, yes, we do have these piles and piles of trash everywhere, causing environmental pollution and damage. But another part of the problem is maybe just how we are designing our stuff. So going forward, design has to be able to take our things and put it into a circular loop instead of this linear production process where we just someone creates something, someone buys it, uses it, and then throws it away. So I'm thinking, can you maybe give us a glimpse into how your CLBA, your product, how is it indeed circular and lowering emissions?
Well, CLBA is designed circular from the beginning so that we never end up in a situation like this. We will have to collect waste and try to find a way to recycle it and use it again. So when we established Rockpore, it was not to upcycle waste coming from the industry because we felt it was not our responsibility to clean up their waste.
Right.
We didn't want to give them as polluters any incentives not cleaning up their own waste or to redesign their own products. So, and it should be their responsibility to do that, not ours.
Right.
So we wanted to focus on design and on designing new products that were born circular, using raw materials that had no use today. And we wanted to tackle industries with high emissions to have high climate impact. And we wanted to reuse construction materials and not allow them to be landfilled. So in Rockpore, it's all about circular design and creating what we call true circularity, which is not the same as circular economy.
It's true. And actually, yeah, you made such a good point there. I really like that point with it should be, you said it should be the polluter's responsibility to redesign and rethink their...
Something with this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
Not me.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's an excellent point, and it's an important one not to remember. And you know, if we just look to nature, I mean, everything in nature is born circular. She's the greatest designer. You know, I'm circular, and you're all circular, and you are circular. So maybe like nature, do you have some kind of design secret?
Yes, when we design a product like this, we do the following. First, we start asking our customers, like the corporate producers, what they value the most about our material and what it should take for them to buy it.
Yeah.
And then, and that can be factors like size and shape, strength, density, carbon footprint, and if it can be produced locally. We then look at the different waste materials we have available around us. Then we design and optimize our product so that it fits with the customer's value to secure a rapid uptake in the market. And we make sure that we later can receive the material back and reuse it into the same formulation to be able to create the exact same product with the same properties based on the recycled material. And at the end, we just sell it back to our customers and creating more value, generating no waste from a product. And this is important. We are not only eliminating waste generating from using our product, but also helping the mining and construction industry to get to zero waste in their own production processes. So that here in Iceland, we can help these industries to become zero waste companies.
And on zero waste reduction, I mean, we know that both companies and governments all over the world, they're in such a dire need for better waste management solutions. I mean, only here in this small country of Iceland, we still produce heaps and heaps of waste. So I'm wondering if you, since Rockpore is a company that helps other companies become zero waste, how are you making sure that Rockpore isn't also just adding to the problem, you know, and how are you eliminating waste?
When we developed the formula for CLBA, we need to be sure that all dust created from the process can be reused again as part of the same formula. And minimizing the use of water and energy by collecting a surplus and using it over again in our production process. So we're proud to say that we are in both our product and process, we are born circular.
Okay, but if we take a bit of a step back and just think about designing, talking about zero waste design, how are you going about that?
Well, it's not that difficult. You only need to focus on one thing, which is design. So I hope that when we meet here again next time, we will be discussing a lot of new circular design ideas that have been created in Iceland and how to bring them to market.
That's true.
Then all this talk about recycling waste is just academic.
That's right. I'm sure we'll have lots to talk about next time, as we always do. But you also got some pretty exciting news last week that you might want to share with the audience.
Together with Garage and some other partners, we received a large Horizon Europe grant, and we're starting up the project in October.
Exactly.
And we have another project running now with Garage and the University of Iceland to create a carbon negative material with also the potential to store CO2. And based on the initial numbers, we will be the first one in the world that can offer this for the large-scale market.
That's really brilliant. Congratulations. This is awesome. Very good. Okay, well, thanks so much for the conversation. I'm really excited to continue growing the project with you, and really honored to be able to be a part of this journey. It's such a pleasure. For those of you that are interested to hear more, then we have 2 breakout sessions in the afternoon today. One is at 1 o'clock, is about construction waste, and one is at 2 o'clock, which is about cleaning up historical emissions. So it's in our offices, Transition Labs offices, in Lækjargata, just across the street, 1 and 2. So feel free to pop by. For the investors then in the room, you might be interested to hear that in Q4 this year, we will be raising a seed round, a funding round for Rockpore. So stay tuned for what's in store. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and do enjoy the festival.